Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first Halloween tutorial. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be doing the new Joker makeup with Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm super excited. No spoilers please, but do tell me if you've seen it, whether you liked it or not in the comments. So starting off, you're going to need some face paints. I'm using water activated paints. These are by Mehron. I'm using a white, a blue, and a red. So I'm just going to take a little bit of water on my brush and I'm raising my eyebrows to create some wrinkles in my forehead. The deeper the wrinkles you have, the better. We want this to look really worn in and kind of messy. He's not a very cute Joker. It looks pretty dirty and grimy. And he's been wearing it for about 3 days straight, so that's good. It makes it really easy to do. So I'm also making some wrinkles around my eyes, painting over them so that it doesn't get all painted in, so you can kind of see the texture of the wrinkles around the nose, everything like that. And I'm using a pretty light amount of this paint because we don't want it to look perfect. We want it to look a little bit worn off in some areas. Just, you know what, a little bit messy overall, like we said. Now going into the blue, taking a smaller brush, and we're going to be doing the triangles above and below the eyes. So there's some pictures where his looks clean, and then there's some pictures where they look messy and dirty. So I'm going to kind of be doing the messy version of his makeup. So I'm just doing some really rough outlines of the triangles and filling them in. They're also different heights, so one of his eyes goes up a little bit taller than the other sometimes. So I'm making the second triangle above the other eye a little bit shorter. You can block your brows if you want to, but to go with the whole messy theme, I just decided not to because it seems like he doesn't really put that much effort into his makeup, so you know what, that's good for me, it works. I wanted to add a little bit of texture and my own kind of spin, I guess, on this look. So I'm taking a little eyeliner brush and I'm doing some tiny little dots around the perimeter of the triangle to make it a little bit more weathered looking. I'm also taking the brush and sometimes kind of feathering it sideways to make it look like the paint is running into the lines of my forehead. This just kind of breaks up the lines a little bit so it looks a little bit more worn in and more interesting, I guess. And a good trick with water-activated face paint is to use more water with some strokes and less water with other strokes just to make it look a little bit more natural, I guess. So it's darker in some areas, lighter in some other areas. Moving on to the red. This is kind of just a true bright red. I'm just going to map out the nose really quickly. I know his goes across his entire nose, but I'm just going to focus on the tip. Make a pretty round nose there, and then I'm going to take my finger while it's still a little bit wet and I'm going to smudge around the outside of the nose so it looks a little bit more dirty. He has these really cool eyebrows that are kind of long teardrop shapes, so these are really easy to sketch out. I'm just kind of using the tip and the edges of that brush to make the right shape. And then in some photos he does have some of his eyebrow paint running, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that and run it down, smudge it out with my finger, make it look as worn in as possible. So now moving on to the mouth. He has a pretty easy mouth when it comes to painting. So it's just curving up on either side. One side goes a little bit higher than the other, and then it goes underneath the lower lip. So I'm just going to outline that and then fill it all in with that red paint. So once I get it all filled in, I'm going to take a lot of water on the brush and just a tiny bit of paint. This is good for making realistic looking runs. So I'm just doing a little run right down the side of my mouth so it looks like the paint is just, coming off. It's been a long day. And then I decided, like I did with the nose, I'm just going to go around with my finger and a little bit of paint and water on my finger just to run over the lines and make them look more smeared. And then to kind of match the eyes, I'm going to go around with another eyeliner pencil and I'm just going to do a little bit of dotting here and there. So once again, taking a lot of water and some blue paint, I'm going to make one of my eyes run down, and I'm doing this on the opposite side of where I made the mouth run because I feel like it looks better this way. It would look kind of weird if they were both running on the same side. And then to stop it, I'm going to take a little bit of a paper towel and just dab it. So we're going to make this Joker a little bit glam, just a little bit. We're taking the new Melt Cosmetics liquid liner, and I'm just going to do a really quick wing. If it gets messed up, you know what? That's even better. It's fine. Don't worry if it transfers onto your upper lid. It'll go with the theme. It's fine. I think mine did end up transferring, and you know what? It's okay. Now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of mascara, and I decided to use these kind of doll-like lashes from Danessa Myricks. These are some of my favorite Halloween lashes. I use them almost every year for different looks. I cut them in half and I used the longer outside portion on the outside of my upper lashes just to add some length out there. These are really dramatic, so they're really good for costume looks. And then the front half of the lashes that I cut off, I'm going to glue to the outer edge of my lower lashes. Okay, so now we gotta do something with the hair. He has green hair. I found this green hairspray from Spirit Halloween. It's temporary hair color that's supposed to wash out with shampoo. So shake it up and then just disperse it all over this. I can't even tell you guys how bad this smelled. Honestly, I thought I was gonna die for a second. Make sure you do this in a well-ventilated area if you use this because it is no joke. I feel like I used almost the entire can and it didn't cover my hair very well, so I am going to go in with the green face paint and I'm going to take a little bit on a flat brush and I'm just going to color in my roots because I feel like that's the most important place to get. Make sure it's really, really green. So it kind of fades from like this darker green into the lighter green. And as for the actual costume part, it's super easy. I just got this green collared shirt from Goodwill and I had this red coat from Boohoo. I got it, I think, last Halloween. And that's it. Just make sure you're wearing green and red and you pretty much got it. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. This was a super easy one. You don't need a lot of skill to do it because, like I said, it's supposed to look messy, so have fun with it. I really liked how this turned out. It was fun to do. Let me know what other kind of Halloween looks you want me to do this year, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!